everyone, I'm Cliff Elgin, and welcome to Sports Insight. In this episode, we'll focus on the MCPS Poms program. Poms are a very popular, two-season sport in our high schools. This school year, more than 420 student-athletes participated at our 25 high schools. The teams start practicing in August and finish up their year at the end of the basketball season in March. Poms provide entertainment and generate school spirit at all types of school events. And that's just part of what they do. Let's go behind the scenes with the MCPS Poms.
This is the 22nd Montgomery County Public Schools Pom Championship.
It is the top competitive event of the season for 25 Pom teams, the County Championships, in front of a packed crowd at the big gym at Montgomery Blair High School. For these athletes, this judge competition is the capstone to a long year of public performances.
They have been supporting their schools. They are spirit leaders in their schools. They've been at football games, basketball games, back to school night, freshman orientation day. As they are being the ambassadors for their schools, they also serve in their communities.
It's early on a Saturday morning in January, and the Gaithersburg High School Poms are holding their annual Junior Mini Pom Camp. It's a fun day for girls in kindergarten through 8th grade.
Dancing is our main thing, but we're a spirit squad. We're all about supporting other people.
It's really important to us to be good role models in our community and to just wear the Gaithersburg High School uniform really proudly. I've seen through coaching such an increase in girls' confidence levels every year. So this event is really important to us to try to teach that to young girls and have them leave here really happy and proud of themselves.
5, 6, 7, 8. You got it!
In addition to the Saturday camp, the Trojan Poms perform community service projects each month. On this day after school, they're working on 2 projects to benefit other young people in the community.
We work with our community a whole lot, so we teach good skills outside of Poms as well and outside of school.
We are filling backpacks for an organization called Comfort Cases. They support foster kids in need in this area, so you just fill a backpack with travel-size items, toothpaste, toothbrush, things like that. And then we're making Valentine's Day cards for hospitalized children.
When it's something as simple as just going out and getting a couple toothbrushes, toothpaste, some deodorant, and make such a big impact on someone else's life, why would you not? I mean, there's 20 of us. All the things that we can do, just a group of girls, is so amazing to think about.
We've all grown so much. Our motto is grow as dancers, bond as sisters, and I think we really stick to that.
5, 6, walking forward.
And after the backpacks are filled and the cards have been created, it's time to practice.
These girls are athletes. They work really hard. We practice 2 hours a day pretty much every day, mid-August through March. So we cram in as much community service, practice, games, performances, competitions that we can.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck.
The Pom season includes Saturday invitationals, regional competitions that are open to the public. These events allow the teams to roll out their routines and gather experience before the countywide championships. At the James Hubert Blake Invitational, the Bengal Poms do not compete. Their job is to be hosts, making sure the event runs smoothly for fans and the visiting teams. It is another example of Poms supporting each other.
It's just like our nature to just help each other. I'm going to be hosting the Gaithersburg team and the Rothwell team later on today, and I'm going to make sure that they're just set and that they know what time they need to be somewhere and that they get there.
Senior Bengal Poms handled the event announcing and awarded the trophies to the winning teams.
We kind of just cheer them on and make sure they do their best and feel comfortable and calm for the competition. It's good to have this mutual support for each other because we're cheering each other on. It makes us do better, and it's not like a big rivalry. It's just all one.
And first place, it goes to Gaithersburg.
it's fun to like support everybody and like just want to do well for yourself and for like the rest of your team.
The Gaithersburg Poms placed first in the 2 invitationals they attended, but like all teams, their top goal is to win at the counties.
The next competition coming up is our county championship, and it's the biggest one we have all year, and everyone's always super excited, and we're working so hard towards it, so we want to make it perfect.
This is crunch time. This is everything we've been working for. We think it's like one of their best competition routines ever, and we're just really proud of the choreography that they put together this year.
Everybody clap your hands.
You've been there for them all year. This is your day. They are now here for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Gaithersburg Poms.
With the judging panel focused and the crowd pumped up, after 5 months of practice, the Gaithersburg Poms were ready to perform at the Division III County Championships.
Dancing only works if you forget who you are, you know, you have to, it's in your muscle memory and you just have to trust yourself to do it. You have to be able to be personable even when you're dancing a whole floor away from a crowd. That definitely helps me in my life because you have to be able to talk to people if you're going to grow up. I feel like there's an aspect of losing yourself in it, like the commitment to what you love definitely is something that scatters throughout your entire life. And that's experience you can't just get anywhere, you know?
First place overall goes to Gaithersburg High
School. They've been busy with community service, their grades, practicing for this 2 hours a day. And we haven't had a Saturday off since Christmas, so they'll remember what they're feeling right now forever.
And with us today are 2 guests from Poolesville High School and 2 sisters. Tanya Ventura, the Falcons Poms head coach, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
And our junior co-captain on the Poolesville Poms squad, Tiara Ventura, welcome to Sports Insight.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so we watched the video and we followed Gaithersburg, but we want to, that's good for them, but we want to talk about you guys today and winning the Division I championship. But first, Tanya, I want to talk about kind of how you've really built this Poolesville program. You started in Division III and now you're the champions of Division I. So kind of explain that whole process to everybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's really surreal. It was quite a journey to get here. Took years of relentless hard work and dedication and commitment. But when I came in as a coach, like I said, they were in Division III and they weren't doing too well. Our other sister, Tiffany, was on the team. So that's kind of how I got involved. I was on Poms in high school and danced my whole life. So when she was a freshman, she joined Poms, and I was already going off to college, and Towson has their long winter break, so I would come home for winter break, and I would help them with their competition routine. So first year in coaching, we were Division III champions. And then, after that, after a few more years, we eventually moved up to Division II and did well, the first 2 years, and then we had our 3 back-to-back-to-back championships. And then here we were, just 3. And then, here we are in D1. It's our 3rd year in D1, and our first 2 years were good. I mean, we didn't place it. We placed at some invitationals, but we're close to placing at the county championship. We went 4th place, and then 4th place both years, right?
Yeah, 4th place at counties both years.
And then this year, we got 2nd at all the invitationals, not really knowing what was going to happen at counties. We're just hoping to place because we haven't even done that in Division I, and then we ended up taking it home. So it was a huge accomplishment, and like I said, it's been a wonderful journey.
And Tiara, so you've known nothing but Division I, because you're 3 years on the Pom squad. That's all you've done. Talk about how it is very competitive, because like some of the sports at MCPS are based on size, some of the sports are based on success and past success. So you guys have built your way up to the top division. How competitive is it up there?
Poms is very competitive. I mean, when I was little, I used to be part of cheer, and it was just kind of like for fun and not really competitive. So joining Poms was like a totally different experience. I never got to experience that kind of passion and drive just to get like a chance of being in the top 3 at counties. So I feel like that sets us apart from like cheer, or sets us apart from other teams like cheer and Poms. We're based off of like how well you perform in your divisions, and that's how you move up or down. it's not based on like size of school, so we really have to put in like all our work and effort into one performance just to try to move up.
And both of you can speak to this question, because you get girls that come in that have dance experience. You probably get some girls that join the team that don't have a ton of dance experience. So how do you mold them all? And I know it's a long process, but how do we mold them all to get to be on the same page?
I would have to say a majority of the girls that we take on the team don't have dance experience. Right. I know it's different for different parts of the county. In some parts of the county, there's just more dance studios available of them, so you have more, better, I guess, pool of girls coming in. But where we are, not a lot of dance studios around us, so I mean, we typically have maybe about 20 to 25 girls try out. And I know in other parts of the county, they can have up to like 50 girls trying out. So we don't have very many girls coming out. So I would say probably like 15% of the team has some prior dance experience. So they learn a lot of the skills in the fall season through practices. So. And you guys work with each other?
Yeah, I know like when I joined the team, I had no dance experience. So everything that I've ever learned, it's come from Tanya. And I mean, I can say right now, like, she's definitely like the best coach. I mean, she takes a bunch of girls and shows them how to do these things, and we end up on top, and it's just incredible to think about.
So is she a tougher coach or a tougher older sister?
Definitely, definitely. She's definitely a tough coach, but it's something that we need. I mean, it's tough love, and all the time, like, we look up, I think everyone on the team looks at her as a big sister. We don't really see her as like, I don't know, someone to be scared of. We like accept Tanya, we listen to her, and I don't know, we all love her. So it's like we're all one big family.
And you have experience. I know you cheered with the Ravens, and you mentioned Towson. I think you danced there as well. And so you've definitely, not only are you an elementary school teacher, but you've got this past experience with the dance and the cheer. So you definitely have the background to help these girls, without a doubt, right?
Yes. I just, I love sharing my passion of dance with them, and also just teaching them other skills besides dance that's going to help them outside of Poms. We're building their character, building their leadership skills so that they can use these skills, past their 4 years in high school.
Well, and I saw your leadership skills. All right, so we're going to look at this video because Gaithersburg won Division III, you guys won Division I, but we've got a little clip I want to show you of your sort of pre-routine speech at the county championships, and I was ready to run through a wall after I watched that. So let's take a look at this.
Confident, excited, eager to get out there, ready to show your passion, ready just to have fun. Like Ms. Debbie Williams said, this day is about you. This has been such a long journey. Almost 126 practices. All right? For you to go out there and showcase that in 6 minutes. Tell your story, like she said. And we have such a special story to tell. Yes. A very special story to tell. No other team in this division can say they've accomplished what we've accomplished. So continue telling your story. For you, for our town, for all those little junior Falcons out there, for our alumni, tell your story. Have fun. This is the celebration day. Think of this like your banquet. Okay, we're just celebrating our successes this year. Everything, like Ms. Debbie Williams said, everything that you've done for every sport at Poolesville, every event at Poolesville, today, it is all about you. We're just here to celebrate Poolesville Poms today. Yeah. Just to have fun out there.
So I got to ask, was that off the top of your head, or did you prepare that today? I mean, I coached for like 14 years and never had a pregame speech that good.
Just off the top of my head, I guess. I don't know. I just, sometimes I try to think of like the right quotes and things to say to get them pumped up, but I just think speaking from the heart and just being honest and true with them is what gets them excited. And I don't want to make them nervous. I really want them to go out there and just have fun and, just sell the routine and have fun.
And it is a long season, Terry, and speak to it. I mean, there's probably days like in November where you're like, God, I'm coming to practice again. Like, yeah. I know she obviously provides a motivation, but what else do you pull from to keep going?
We definitely pull from each other. I mean, I know during competition season, we always talk about how girls hit a wall. It's always maybe around the second or third competition, girls are trying to motivate themselves, but they just need another team member to just come up to them and be like, hey, like, you got this. Like, you can do this. And every practice during competition season, we try to start off with like a little quote or something just to motivate the whole team. Like, Tanya always comes prepared with like papers, and she always says like, all right, I want you to write down like what you want to accomplish and like how are you going to accomplish this. And just thinking about it and talking about it with each other, it definitely helps to motivate us.
And I think that's kind of a great place for us to to wrap this up, because you're giving them life skills that they're going to take on for the rest of their lives. Once they're out of Poolesville and going on, the leadership and the motivation, and you should be commended. And I'm sure you're doing that with your students every day as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much more than the dancing. I mean, 10, 20 years from now, they're probably not going to remember their football routines or their competition. I mean, maybe they will, but they're gonna learn. They're gonna remember what teamwork looks like. They're gonna remember what goal setting looks like and the work ethic it takes to get there, and just not giving up and staying committed, you know, through good times and hard times. So. That's
a great place for us. Well, this has been a great show, and I want to thank both of you, Tanya and Tiara, for joining us on Sports Insight.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
We're going to come back and talk with two senior co-captains from the Poolesville Poms in a minute, but first, let's take a look at a part of the Falcons' winning routine at the county championships a few weeks ago. That was just a part of the performances that the judges and the crowd enjoyed at the Division I County Championships. And with us today are two senior co-captains, Camila Wano and Chloe Insalako. Welcome to Sports Insight, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
That looked like some very precise and tight choreography, and the judges awarded you guys first place in the Division I Championships. I know we talked a little bit before we started. You were surprised, right?
Incredibly surprised. I mean, you're sitting there in the moment, and there are so many amazing teams that you get to go up against, and the fact that we got to be the one team out of 8 in our division that, you know, took home that big trophy was amazing, honestly.
So, Chloe, I know we had the finish here in February. You guys are champions, but it starts way back when. How long do we go before we get to February?
So we start our tryouts in spring. Then we start with football season when the school season starts, and we work all the way until February. So it's pretty much like a full-time commitment.
And how do you guys, this is what I'm curious about. We see this great routine. How do we come about that? Is it coach? Is it all of you together? Do you have somebody come in and do the choreography? Because I know nothing about this. So how do we get to this point here where it was so great?
It's a lot of group work with the captains and the coaches. So we have 3 captains and then 2 co-captains, and every weekend we get together, even if we've gone 6 days of the week with Poms, you add in the 7th, and we spend hours. I mean, we could be together for up to 8, 9 hours just working on the routine, finding, you know, videos online that we can then base some of our choreography off of. But it's definitely a lot of fun, you know. We can add in all of our ideas together and come up with an amazing routine.
And how often do we make changes?
We are constantly making changes. If we go back to and watch our competition routine from the beginning of the competition season, it looks nothing like the final product. We added a section in for counties like the week right before. It's always constantly changing.
So I know that's the fun part, and if anyone has ever been to a Pom competition at Blair, I know it's a packed house and you guys are the stars. But there's more to it than just that competition. You guys are doing, like you mentioned, you're doing football games, you're doing basketball games. But what about some of the other stuff? I know in Poolesville it's such a strong community out there. I know I'm an Elgin. But you also work with the junior Falcons and the little ones. Explain some of the things. Chloe, why don't you start? Explain some of the things you guys do throughout the course of the year to work with the whole community.
Yeah, so we have a Junior Falcon Pom Clinic where middle school and elementary school girls can come for a week, and we teach them a routine, and we get to perform it at the Friday football game. We also, for community events, we perform at Poolesville Day in the parade, and we have performed at our Christmas tree lighting in town, and we've also appeared on Fox 5 when the Fox 5 News came to our town to do a little segment on our town.
What's your favorite part?
Oh, definitely Junior Falcon, working with the kids. I love working with the kids and just seeing their passion for dance, honestly, come out. Even though it's just a week, it's amazing.
And what always amazes me being involved with high school for 20 years and watching you all perform at halftimes and come off is, it's hard work. Like, I see you ladies come off after routine, and it is out of breath. You guys have given it all, whether it's a 2-minute performance, a 6-minute performance. I'm not sure people understand the endurance it takes to do this, correct?
Right. It's definitely a lot of work. My coach would always say, like, if it doesn't hurt, you're not doing it right. We have to run. We have time miles. Running helps us keep endurance. We have to work out. We have to stay in shape. It's a high commitment to get the professional level looking performances.
Now, how long, and I want this answer from both of you, how long have you been doing the dance?
The specific competition dance?
No, just like when did you start? Yeah, dance generally. I mean, we're talking 2, 3, 4 years old?
You know, I started, 2, 3 years old when your parents put you into those ballet classes and the tap classes. But starting kind of elementary school, I started doing rec pom teams, and even all the way through middle school. And I took a break 9th grade because I honestly didn't think I could make the Poolesville Poms team. And then sophomore year, I just decided to go for it, and I'm happy I did.
And Chloe, how long for you?
For me, same thing. I started with our local ballet dance classes, and I took a break in middle school, and then I saw the Poms perform on the field in 8th grade, and I was like, wow, I have to do this in high school. And then I tried out, and it's just been my whole entire high school career now.
I know you're both are seniors. Is it sad to think it's pretty much, it's kind of over?
I hate talking about it. I mean, I came in with the current juniors, so in my head, I'm not supposed to be gone until next year. Whenever I start talking about it, they're like, no, you're not leaving yet.
Yeah.
Any plans to continue to dance in the future? Maybe try it in college, or what's the future hold for us?
For sure. I know personally I'm going to try out for whatever school I do end up at for their, at least, maybe a club team or maybe even their official team.
Yeah.
Stay with it.
Same here. Yeah. I'm not sure what university I'll be going to, but if they have a Pom squad, I'll definitely be trying out.
Well, and I think the nice thing is you guys, you can't cap your career at Poolesville any better, right, than being Division I champs?
For sure, yeah.
And I think, obviously, the enthusiasm you guys show, you worked hard for it, and you definitely earned it, so congratulations.
Thank you.
And I think that's a great place for us to wrap this up. Camille and Chloe, thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
And you've got like we said, you've got the Division I bragging rights for a whole year now, and they can never take away from you all because you guys are leaving. And thanks again to Coach Tanya Ventura and her sister Tiara for joining us on Sports Insight. And as we finish out the show, let's take one more look at the style, energy, and grace presented by the Poms at the MCPS County Championships in February of 2018. I'm Cliff Elgin, and I'll see you on the next edition of Sports Insight.